Mm, I feel like, yeah, I'm just gonna pincer over. I was thinking about just doing the approach like I usually do. This is kind of a, it is kind of an interesting start. It's very much an interesting start. I think I'll pincer over here and secure the corner. I don't really get this kind of start a lot. Usually when I pincer over, they just do like a two-space leap or something. The counter pincer is a little strange. Um, I usually would do that, but what if I just like secure the corner here? That's not a good move. I don't know. I don't understand why you would do that. I can Hane both ways. And you don't get Sente from me, which is really, really strange. Now, I don't know if that move was right. I feel like you would probably play like D11 or something since I just played this. I'm, yeah, like these openings are definitely not the usual openings I go with. Definitely not the usual openings I go with. I feel like if I just keep doing this, I'm going to be okay for the most part. Because black's really not gaining anything from this. I've already secured two of my corners. I don't know. I think I'd be interested to see what like a pro actually says about something like this. I feel like black's not really getting all that much. There is a little bit of influence, but not really, if you think about it. And I'm more than happy to pick up the bottom territory as well. It's hard for anyone to, but why? Well, what if I just do this? I mean, I understand trying to build thickness, but
Undo requested. Undo granted.
I understand the whole concept of trying to build thickness. But you're costing yourself a lot. And it's not like you gain much from that. That's just a bad move. I mean, letting me do that, I mean, this makes it really weak over here, and this group is still not very strong, so I'm not understanding a lot of this. It's still pretty hard for him. That's really bad forcing me out. But I was trying to go through that way, huh? All right, I'll play. But no, but if you're gonna do that, you would just. This is just really confusing to me, honestly. Like it looks like he's trying to make two eyes, but
You have won.
in the process of doing so, I mean, first of all, when you do this, you cut. Like first of all, when I do this, you cut. When I do this, you. Now the thing is, like when you do this, this actually doesn't work. I should have actually thought better of this. I should have done this first. That actually doesn't work because of this move. If you connect, I'm just going to kill these. So this particular move doesn't actually work here. I forgot about this. Even after I did this, like, I can still, well, I don't know if this actually works or not. It still does. I mean, I can still take these stones up here. They're just a little bit more damaging down here for me. So this particular, like, go under to get across doesn't actually work because of this move. So that's why I messed up. I should have done this. Like, but the thing is, yes, you can actually live here.
Challenge received.
Like, you can actually live here. I'm really not gonna try to kill you on this, but I feel like you can live here, but you give me too many advantages up top. All right, I'll just play another one. That particular game was just kind of strange. That particular game was a little bit strange. I feel like I feel like in the last game, Black chasing all the way out, like giving up both corners just probably wasn't a great strategy. Like I understand like the separation. I do actually understand the separation. That's a common starting move. Not one I favor right now, but like it's a common starting strategy. But generally yeah. Generally he separated me out and created two weak groups for himself while I got the corner territory, so it is not it's not something I really recommend. If I do this, too risky probably, right? But I give him, I've never done this before. I've actually never played this way before. Oh, that's like an instant win for me. It's like an instant win for me. I think like this move doesn't actually bode well for me if I do that. So if you just Atari, if you Atari, I extend down and then you extend down this way. That's awful. That's too damaging. It's way too damaging for him. I feel like you Atari and then you extend down that way, and I can't really do much. This territory down here is really flattened. It's not going to be that much. Plus F15 is always Sente for me. Okay, so these moves just kind of confuse me at this point. But okay. He didn't really get all that much. He didn't get either of the corners, and this territory is still not full. I feel like when I did this, I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys this later. I'll actually show you guys this later. When I Haned here, I think he should have just cut immediately and then extended downward, and there's really nothing I can do at that point. No. I think you would have to take C12 at this point and then let me get C13 and then extend up one. Right now you're building up you're trying to build a lot of influence, but it's costing you a lot of points. Because right now you got this. Oh, you can't let me get this. You cannot let me get that. This is very damaging for both sides. And also, I can just double Hane. You can't really do much. There's no ladder here. This sealing this cut is crucial. Either way he does this, it's actually really bad for him. If he does this, I can continue doing this. Yeah. It's not good for him. Doing that is very, very bad. I don't know if I should have done that, actually. Go ahead and do that. I feel like that's fine. I feel like H8 was better than H7. Because like right now I have the solitaire. I definitely have a lead right now. Like this is a lot of territory out here that he gave up to do whatever he did. And I also got the outer influence now. So this has not been a good trade for him. Not at all. He might actually be dead here too. Okay, I'm just going to do this because I feel like he's dead down here. If he's dead down here, then like that's pretty much game already. No, I think he can still live actually, but I'm going to close it off because there's still stuff down. Like if I do this, he's definitely dead. Top 10 in the top left corner. If he extends a Joseki, then not bad for you. Top left corner. I actually don't. If you're talking about the last game, I'm not. I don't know that Joseki, but it's not one that I don't think it's one that I actually favor. But it might. You're right. It might work. I don't particularly know that Joseki. I'm just gonna extend down here. He can't have me Hane up. These three stones, like these three stones, actually aren't worth very much right now. So if I threaten to kill those three stones, he can always just sacrifice these three stones. Because since this is already dead, these three stones aren't really worth all that much. Like stone value, like gauging the value of stones is actually really important as you move up in rank, because then you'll know like what you can sacrifice and what you can't. This is always an invasion. This is always an invasion point as well. If you guys didn't know, this is always an invasion point. I think I probably should have R3'd actually. He can come down, but then like I guess I can sack this side to get rid of that. I guess it's fine. See, that's not such a big deal right now because this still exists. So there's not that much territory that he can actually get there. Yes, he can get this. This might look big, but it's really not. Also, that's really bad. Like the thing is, these 5 stones really aren't worth all that much. I mean, you're making it worth more by extending, obviously, but these 5 stones there aren't worth that much. They're worth their number in points. Because like if I get these two stones, I'm not if I get some of these stones, I'm not really solving any of my. I mean, like I don't have any problems here, so because of that, like a couple of extra stones may not be worth that much. Especially these three. These three really aren't worth anything at all. See, like I am perfectly fine with him getting this territory up here. Because there's really not that much territory there. That's basically why. Now I'm going to do this and fix this issue. And plus, I can always come out and make sure that this is alive. And then the thing is, like, I can actually come out here and reduce his territory a little bit more. Not very much more, but, you know, there's only about 25 points in here anyways. And he's already given up more than enough. I don't know why he did that. There's nothing here. Even let's say he did not make that mistake, and he sealed here, right? Let's see, and he sealed here. Like even the amount of points he would have gotten would not have actually been all that significant. I don't think he can block. Wait, can he? Oh yeah, he can block. There's a ladder there. Never mind. I mean, I can always I can always pincer. I can always clamp. So I guess it's not that big of a problem for me. Oh, that's not a good move. That is not something you can do. S8 would have been S8's a legitimate move. This is not because this puts you in a lot of trouble here, and then I just kill that stone. So it's really not good for you right there. I think like these two games were really about the opening, and there were a lot of mistakes in opening play. And they're pretty basic mistakes. They're definitely things that you can fix. Definitely things that you can fix. I'm gonna ignore that. There's not too many points like in this corridor here, anyways. And that just helped me. And plus, like I'm just gonna take like a lot of these sentes because even if he gets his territory, if he lets me destroy these points down here, it's worth it for me. And he actually has to do that, yeah. Which means I can take advantage of this and break more territory. I think P18 would have been fine as well. P18 would have been a better answer for this move. That didn't make any sense. Oh wait, that's fine actually. That's fine. Whatever. I messed up a little bit there, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. I just get these two. It's not worth very much. The two aren't worth very much, but it's at least sente for me, so it's fine. Now, yeah, that's the right move. Actually, it's still problematic for him. That's sente for me, by the way, so that's why I'm doing it. Yeah, he has to do that. I'm going to secure this corner. See, like, this one move This one particular move secures maybe 4 or 5 points. There's no one move in here that can secure all this territory. Plus, I have E19 as a Sente move as well. Oh, this game? He didn't need to do that. I mean, I would have still done something else, but yeah. So I don't know where there's a big move on the board anymore. I'm going to guess this because there's still some potential for him to make some territory here. When after I do this, there's very little potential for territory over here. It's fine. I'll just secure my own territory. As I said, there's no need to rush things once you're already like when you're already winning, like when you're already winning by a lot, the main goal is to not screw up. You take the advantages you can, but you do realize that the main goal here is to not to screw up. There's not many points in here. Like you can see, like in here, there's maybe 4 or 5 points. There is the and in here there's a lot more than 4 or 5. So there is the J9 move that can help him secure a lot of points. But as you can see, like when I do this here, it breaks a lot more than 4 or 5 points. So once again, it's like point valuation that's really, really important here. There's very little way for him to actually stop me from doing this. He has to block that. There's no chance. There's no choice except for to block that. That's not good for him. I can't do anything if he... I don't think I can do anything if he actually blocks. Just going to secure that. Just make sure there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, he did get a couple points here, but he lost like over 10 points in here. Once again, you know, like it's just about counting like what the value of stones are, what the value of your move actually is. And you do get better at, you do actually get better at it, you know, as you rank up. There's very few points there, I think. Was there anything squeezed? No, there's nothing there. So we're just going to do that. Connecting this is actually pretty big. Connecting that is fairly big. Underneath. I do play mid Caillou because to me, like for me, it's comfortable for me to play this way. I mean, I'll lose a game every once in a while because I make a really big mistake. I almost did the last time I played, but like you know, I'll drop like once every 50 games, like 100 games or something. But it's generally easy for me enough to where I can talk and teach and play at the same time. Whereas if I'm playing like someone closer to my rank, like 2 or 3Q, I need to be more focused in on the game. And I like talking and teaching like while I'm playing. I think it's just more effective for me that way. And like I don't play lower queues because like I don't play people below 12 because like there's just too many like critical mistakes that they actually make that end the game really, really quickly. So like that's why I actually have that range. of like people I play. It's a good range too. It's a good range. I get some pretty decent games sometimes, and there's always a lot of good teaching material that like whether it's like shape no like notice like shape differences or like just basic gameplay that like higher rank people understand that lower rank people don't, or like things like that. So mid, like if you actually have a pretty good teacher, mid like a it shouldn't be that hard to get past 10Q in terms of like ranking if you have a good teacher. My dad taught me when I was young, and of course he's a great teacher. He's also like Chinese amateur 6 dan, so he's a lot better than I am right now. And actually, when I was younger, I was a better player too. I was more in tune. I think I was just like more familiar with Go when I was younger. I stopped playing for 25 years, and he didn't need to fix that. I stopped playing for 25 years, and I didn't pick it up until last winter. So I'm still gaining a little bit of it back, and I'm getting used to the new Josekis. So I think I'm probably like half a stone or maybe like a full stone weaker than what I was back then. But I played a ton of tournaments back then, including the Redmond Cup, like the second one I was part of. That was pretty cool. I went to San Francisco for the finals. I lost in the finals, but that was a fun trip, I have to say. It's very good. That I'm not going to answer. Um, you know what? I will answer that just to make sure. But honestly, like even if I didn't kill this down here, I'd be ahead by a lot because all Black's territory is this. This is probably like 40 points or so. My guess, maybe a little bit more, but like this here and then all this here, it's way more. So even if I didn't kill this, I'd be ahead by quite a lot.
Pass.
No, there's points here. That's 1 point. This is going to be another one. I don't think he has to answer this. And this is another point right here. And then there's another point down there. Now I think passing is okay. Because I don't think there are any more points left. I think like probably like I would say 2 or 3 dan like OGS is pretty close to where
Pass.
I am. Because like I was 4 dan AGA when I quit, but
Remove
I'm
the
probably
dead
not.
stones.
I'm not. I don't think I'm quite as strong as I was. Once I get more
You
used to
have
things,
won.
I will be. But I'm probably like when I quit like 25 years ago, I was like 13, 14 years old. Then I was like 4 dan AGA. Probably still pretty close to that, but I'm not really concentrating too much on these games, so I probably don't play that well. So that this is the way you should probably play, because I actually don't know how to play this. Like, you can just kind of do that, And I really can't do anything. I guess I can kind of like play this way. Well, I'm not exactly sure how to play this. So I don't like this, like the cut and then the extend this way. I feel like I would have a hard time dealing with because, like, I guess I mean, like, yeah, this is like this really wouldn't work for me because this would be just kind of dead. So I'm not really sure how this works for white. Like this particular Joseki, white E18. But black can just do this, right? Um, I still don't see how that works for white. I mean, the most you would actually get is this, right? And I still think that's good for black. White, okay, white E18. Wait, but what if black just does this? Like, what if black just does that? Because you can't do this. He can just capture this, right? So if you do this and then you connect, your black still wins this one. So I don't. I'll have to study. I'll have to study this Joseki, but I I, I don't see it because like if white does this, I would just do this. If you do this, then I feel like I can just do this and then just capture, right? I don't exactly know how. I guess this would be okay for white. I guess that'd be fine for white, I guess. E not E15. Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So I guess you have to do that. Okay, I can see that working. Okay, I see how that works then. Okay, like yeah, no, I see it. I see it. I see it. That does actually capture. So okay, I missed that. So either way, that's a good Joseki to know actually. I play up here. That's not a good move. If you're going to answer, like I feel like you might play the Joseki. You might just do this as well. Um, because I don't think I'm gonna do this right now. So I feel like I mean like one way to answer what that's not a good way to answer. Like one way to answer would actually be to play this Joseki. The other way, I feel like you kind of just have to Hane this just for shape purposes. I feel like you have to Hane this because like like white can't double Hane. Then you have like these over here, and you can just kill them, right? So I feel like you have to Hane that regardless. I don't know. It's kind of a. This is not a sequence I play. Like this is not a sequence I would usually play. If I were black, I would definitely just go with. I would definitely just go with this if I was black. I know like I know the purpose. I know the purpose of this particular Joseki is to build influence over here. But since white can actually Hane, like I don't think the influence is that good. This is bad because white automatically does this, and then that obviously is awful because you can't let white take these two. Now, these two are more than 4 points. You know why? Because it fixes all of white's cuts. White has a lot of weaknesses, but taking those two gets rid of all those weaknesses. That's why these two are worth so much. Like let's say like if it was like this, then these two wouldn't be worth all that much because the white doesn't have any more weaknesses, right? But since those two don't exist and these 2 points exist, these two are worth a lot. That's why you see like white plus 1.8, white plus 11.9. So that's why like these two are worth a lot. White actually has a lot of weaknesses, and taking those two kills all those weaknesses. If these weaknesses are filled, that wouldn't be worth much. Of course, this gives me Sente, which is even worse. I'm gonna approach here. I take the bottom. So that's not good. You kind of have to do this. That's kind of like how the Joseki. Well, not that. I mean, that's kind of how the Joseki should actually go. But you can see like this piece of territory is very very small right now, because it's kind of flattened out. So that's why it wouldn't be good for black. Once again, I would just go with the basic Joseki here if I was black. You at least get the corner and you get some territory here. White would not like most like good players would not try to invade this territory. There's not too much here, but there's at least a fair amount here, and it wouldn't be worth invading here right now with a stone. So that's what I would actually do with black. Giving me this part of this corner and then letting me have this, like I get the corner and then your territory is very very flattened. I'm going to pressure this way. There's more potential for territory this way than that way. That's why I'm pressuring this way. Yeah, I know you're trying to see, like I think you're trying too hard to build outside influence right now, and you're giving up just like way too much territory. I feel like if you're trying to build territory, like this is the wrong time to do it as well. Because generally the way to do it would be like that, but then I have this move now. So this move is not a good this move is not a good move. And then like giving me all this territory, and at this point this is pretty much mandatory. You don't want me to disconnect your two groups of stones. If I do that, you have a lot more problems. Because like this, I believe I'm pretty sure you have the ladder here, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But doing this lets me, because like you have to see like you can't really attack any of my groups. This group is pretty much solid. You can't attack that. So this group is not that strong yet, although it does have a base, and this group is just very weak. So you can't let me cut your two stones. That's a very bad shape thing. So you either have to play this, or if it were me, I would probably just play this. So obviously that lets me disconnect. I'm gonna double Hane obviously, and this is just like bad for black. I feel like black basically has to do this, and even if white keeps on pressuring, black has to keep extending. It's actually very hard to kill these two stones down here because the double Hane doesn't work. Since the double Hane doesn't work, it's actually really hard to kill that group of stones down there. Doing this, and then I'm gonna. That's probably a bad move by me. I mean, like I could have just kind of like done this and essentially let you live because you would have to live down here, but I would get like a lot of influence up here. So I think I probably should have just done that. This is not a good move by me. I mean, it gives me a little bit of territory, but it makes you stronger. So if I do this, you should probably come up. You should definitely come up if I do that. That's also the standard response for. That's also the standard response for that. Letting me get this stone is. I don't think letting me get this stone is really good. It connects like these stones with over here, and you don't have much eye space. So do that. Yeah. So the thing is, if I did something else, this would be a ladder. And if I did this, like I still don't really like this. I still really don't like this result all that much. But I did this just to fix that. But now you have to live down here. If you do this, I should have just killed this right away. Because there's not much value there's actually not that much value in this move. But since you did this, I'm just gonna kill it right away. The thing is, like, if you want to live, you do this. You want to expand your eye as big as possible. I still don't think it works, but you could. Oh, well, no, this doesn't work. This doesn't really work either, I guess. No, then you would actually live. So maybe this, and then if I Atari, you would Ko. If I connect, then you would actually live, right? Yeah, if I connect, then you would actually have a Ko. So this might actually be Ko, because this, I guess it wouldn't be because if I do that, I'm not really sure how the life and death thing works here. Yeah, I don't think this doesn't really work. Because black is still dead. So I'm not exactly sure how you would live here. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think you can live here, actually. Because like this does not work if I just push down. Yeah, this doesn't work. I'm pretty sure you're just dead if once I clamp over there, you're just kind of dead. This essentially just kills it. After this, the game is essentially over because white just has way too much territory for black to catch up. I'm going to invade over here. So, yeah, the thing is, like, without this, like, this move is, like, without this move is completely useless. This is definitely a bigger move. If I do this, you can just go this way. Once again, these 3 stones aren't worth all that much anymore. They're worth exactly 6 points because this is already dead. I'm not in any danger. So the value, besides the point value of those 3 stones themselves, they don't have any points. So yes, this blocking over here is way bigger than flying over here because this actually gets me points as well, as you saw. Like I just gained maybe 15 points and I've reduced your influence and your moyo, so that's very big over there. I'm more than happy just to take these advantages. There's no reason to do that. There's this you probably would do this. There's no reason to do the other thing. So yeah, this is just me getting the rest. So I think like here, that's obviously a mistake, but you can do this. This would not work because you can force out this way, and I believe you do have the ladder there. So that was a mistake there. This is just me taking advantages. And I basically get here you wouldn't answer. Here you really wouldn't answer because like yeah that's Sente, but at the same time like there's probably bigger moves that you can make here. Although I don't really know which ones. I think this one would be okay because like this move would essentially force me to answer over here. So I think like something like that would be okay for black. All right, that's going to be the review for this game. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. But yeah, just like the beginning, the opening of both these games had a lot of like major errors in it that you can actually fix and improve if you make these mistakes in the opening game. Thanks for watching, and I will see